Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. So imagine this. Imagine you are in a space where you can lead the teams to really have a sense of belonging, to really have them freely create innovation. How awesome would that be? So the topic today that I wanted to touch on, I actually have written a blog about this on my iava.ai, or check out my LinkedIn, Avva Tech. And the topic is about the symphony of synergy, how to create that team DNA, building an AI product in the meantime. So, what prompted me to write this blog or to talk about this in the podcast is the fact that recently, one of my teammates, Kurt Lozier, he's a CEO of Somml Health, and Kurt Lozier and Sudhir Goel, who was a really awesome product manager at Walmart. Altogether, the three of us are teammates in one of those AI bootcamp by Marily. And it's a really fun project because you meet wonderful people. But what made me talk about this is because we had our final VC pitch with one of the judge, and and the judge was Flagship Pioneering. So for you, if you don't know, Flagship Pioneering is one of a very creative venture firm that really um, help companies, especially in life science, help entrepreneurs innovate in a very creative way. It's not a traditional venture firm. And out of the 15 amazing project within the cohort, we ranked number one by them. And that's like even two cohort together from the AI bootcamp. And Kurt was writing this in our WhatsApp while when I already have to leave for another meeting. But he said, "Did you know we were ranked number one by Flagship Pioneering?" And it took me a minute to realize what he was saying. The reason is because I didn't even think about the outcome at all. We really throughout enjoy the process, working together, building the AI product and integrating this AI into existing IT system to really help to improve patient health, chronic patient health, in increase profit for companies. And it was an amazing experience. And of course, we work so hard, but sometimes when we don't think about the outcome, the best outcome came. But it also made me realize that this outcome is a result of months of working together, working on a cadence and building our team DNA. And I can tell you this much, being a management consultant from one of the big four before, and it's really helped me to play a role as a strategic advisor in the team, but also being a professional coach. I have over 1,100 hours of coaching, really also helped me to sometimes take a step back, really listen to my team members, because they're really talented too, right? And really ask powerful questions. And also continuously being learning. I know it's hard to carve out our time to learn, but invest in ourselves is the best way to continue to stay updated with this fast-paced technology, changing world. So all of this skill set combined together, I think it's really contribute to the success of the team. So I remember we're just like any other team, right? But when we first came in, we're going through that minor storming, norming, and performing stage. We're new to each other. We come from very different discipline, different field, and we came in with very different talents. And we also like hit with challenge of working and living in different time zones. And Kurt, for example, he's he's an early riser. He wakes up very early in the morning, and I can, my mind is more alert after all my meetings. I feel a little more calm, and we actually become such a great team that everyone was willing. Kurt was like, "I'm willing to stay really late at night. And a lot of time when we meet together, we're not just brainstorming and really roll up our sleeves and working on the project on the AI, but we also share a lot of our knowledge. And as we're building our team DNA, it's just become a natural process. We start having so many things to share with each other's, and because of that, the process has become a lot easier. Like I think when we joke a lot, we use AI to leverage our project, right? But at the same time, Kurt at some point he said, "Hey Ava, you're 10x the chat GPT." I laugh about it, but really, even when we're building AI integration, we often have to think about what's important. So, and the human factor here is so important. So that's lead me to a few takes away, right? So the first thing is that when building an AI product, we often have to ask ourselves, are we building the right product? And is AI really needed here? And if we're doing that, like who are we building it for? And is it just a challenge at night to solve, or is it really a pain point that really help to scale up and solve a significant problem or challenge in the healthcare space or in whatever space that you're working on? So I constantly challenge my team, and that leads me to another point is that when you're working in a team or you're leaders, creating that culture for everyone to be able to challenge one another, to really open up and share their voice, especially when they're concerned, is very important. Like I ask bold questions, I ask hard questions, and often thank my team mates afterward. But if you think about it, innovation doesn't happen if we're thinking the same way, or we're so afraid um, of really sharing our ideas. So it's so important to create that, to be that coach, if you're leading the teams, to have that mindset so that you can create the culture for people to open up and talk. But at the same time, having an experienced coach, it's important because you can't just argue for the sake of arguing. Creating psychology safety in the team doesn't mean that you can just say whatever comes to your mind. There's still kind of some rules, some way that we can talk with each other. We can disagree, but disagree in a compassionate way, disagree with the intention of moving things forward. And having an experienced coach to guide the team is very important, because everyone have their own ideas and everyone is smart, and it could be that everyone's right. So how do we align that? And the third thing I think that we also were successful is because once when we're thinking about divergent and conversion and design thinking concept, we're thinking about the moonshot idea, the goals, the objective, and key results. But we also ground ourselves with technical expertise. So we were able to connect it with a very experienced AI architect, and we have like over an hour conversation, and we continuously work with them to understand, like, is the solution we're building is sound, and is it feasible, and are we thinking about this problem the right way? And to my surprising, like to our team's surprising finding, is that at first we didn't even think about certain possibilities, but by asking questions and me being there, by my teams also questioned me sometime, but we're all really thinking through a discussion or two. But having that time where we even chat, even moving from thinking, is this, we can't do this, so don't even think about it, to the point like, can't we, or can we do this? And why not? Why don't we think about this AI integration? And what would be a way for us to solve this? Like, how might we move forward? Like, how might we solve this problem? And we realize that a lot of time building AI in healthcare the first thing we need to think about is that security, that compliance with HIPAA. So then we went after it and we talked with that AI architect and really understanding the nitty gritty technology so that we can really move things forward. So these are the few things that we did together to have that story, to have that successful story. But over time, I remember bringing that mindfulness also. Like at some point, one of my teammate challenged me. I have this masculine energy bringing out, like, because my team might have a better understanding of the persona of the user. So then I remember taking a deep breath and recognize that, look, it's true. In that arena, the CEO of Somml Health, Kurt, like he understands deeply about the persona. He's been working longer. So I've even told Kurt, I said, Kurt, like, you're right. Like he didn't even he didn't even call me out or anything, and I called myself out because I realized that in this case, actually, I wanted to take a step back and listen to what you have to say more. You know more about this persona, and this is time for me to listen. So having that awareness, even during some tension of the team meeting, was really helpful because that really helped us to hone down to what challenge are we trying to solve here? Who are we solving this challenge for? Is it a significant challenge? And then we can talk about the market values and all of that great stuff in product. So together, we had a great time, and with the facts that we're challenging each other, with the facts that we also ask powerful questions, but also have the same mindset about learning, was with, once again, like with a very experienced professional management consultant, a coach, and a product coach. You can really help your team to move the needles by bringing not just one type of skill set, but multifaceted type of skill set that can really help your team here. So I hope you enjoyed the story, and please leave me a comment and share with me your thoughts, share with me any other insight that you have, and have a fantastic weekend.